Hey, yo, what's up, everybody? Beautiful people. Welcome to another episode of Ta1k podcast. On this podcast, we spell talk with the one instead of an L because on this podcast, we always keep it 100. All right, let's get into it today. Happy November. I know it was November. Really, it was hitting November last weekend. On the last episode, I think it was November 2nd, November 1st or 2nd, one of the two. But anyway, we was lit last weekend. It was Halloween weekend. Had some people come over. All the people that y'all saw in last week's episode, it was literally over my house probably the whole weekend. And we was chilling, turning up, having fun. That's why we did that episode. We wanted to just bullshit and talk and get shit out the way, off the chest. And it was a great episode. It was a fun episode. Definitely we are going to do that again. I'm gonna have another episode with all those guys back. Definitely got to get me some more equipment, more microphones. I was not prepared last week because I didn't really think I was going to have them on the show, but they pulled up on Saturday, said, fuck it, let's do it, and we did it. Okay. So shout out to them boys from last week. Last week's episode was very great, very phenomenal. We are getting tons of views on it, tons of likes. People are talking. Everybody that I literally from my own mom talked about that episode. So everybody's watching, everybody's liking it. I appreciate all you guys for watching and keeping up and entertaining our bullshit. That was fun. That was really fun. Episode 29, this is. Thank you guys for keeping on watching and supporting and liking the content. Episode 30 is coming up. That's another milestone episode. Episode 30 it will be next week. Speaking of next week, also, it's my birthday weekend next week, November 17th. On that Sunday will be my birthday. But we will shoot episode 30 probably on. I'm going to shoot for that Friday. Actually, no, I'm going to take that back because I'm going to film it on Saturday. On Friday, I'm actually taking my daughter. She is a LeBron James fan. So I'm taking her to watch, I think it's Spurs and the Lakers. And she gets to see LeBron play in person for the first time. As far as me, too. This is going to be my first time seeing LeBron in person. I'm very excited. I'm very excited to see how she reacts and how she goes and try to interact with other people, other sports fans, possibly get an autograph or two, possibly get to say hey to LeBron. It's going to be so fun and exciting watching that. So next weekend is birthday weekend. We are turning up again. We're going to be turned up next weekend. I'm probably going to film on Saturday next weekend. So be ready for that. The UFC 309 is next weekend. That's going to be super exciting. I'm going to be watching that. Jon Jones is fighting again. Okay. So next week, join me as it's the birthday weekend next week. Send your wishes, send your people send the Cash App tags and all that. I'm gonna send it all out. So I need all the donations that y'all can give me, all the love, all the text, all the DMs, all of it. Show the love to the kid as I'm turning. What's funny is oh wow. What's funny is next week on my birthday, I'll be turning 29. This is the 29th episode, but I'll be filming episode 30 on my 29th birthday. That's a milestone. I can't wait for it to happen. 29 last year in my 20s until I'm the big 3-0. I'm very excited, at the same time very nervous. Not just because turning 30, it's just, you're getting older. I literally was just having a conversation with my little cousin and my sister-in-law last night, actually, talking about how, really, to be honest, like my sister-in-law, she's like a year and a half younger than me, but my little cousin, she's 10 years younger. And it's funny talking to my little cousin. She's like, yeah, you or you the adults. And I'm talking to my sister-in-law. I'm like, yo, we are the adults now. Like, I can't be like, yo, I need an adult. Wait, I am an adult. Like, like fuck. Like, I need to help myself. But man, we're becoming to the people who was born like in really in the 90s, all through the 90s, definitely the 80s, but all through the 90s now. Look in that mirror, we are the adults. We are unks and uncles and aunties and damn near grandpas now. I literally got young kids at work calling me unk. I'm like, dog, I'm not that old. I'm only 28. And they're like, yeah, you unk. That's old. Like, what the fuck? It's crazy, man. It's crazy in the times we live in how that plays out. But hey man, I'm happy. I'm excited. Another year older means another day wiser, which means another trip around the sun. I'm happy and nervous at the same time. So y'all pray for me, but at the same time, let's turn up together. November, baby. Scorpio. Shout out to all my Scorpios out there. If you're a Scorpio gang, you know who you are. October or November, it don't even matter, but Scorpio gang. Shout out to my auntie. It was her birthday on Wednesday. Scorpio gang. Love you, aunt. Shout out to you. I got a couple of more people. My homie Dez, me. I feel like I know a lot of Scorpios, and that's crazy. Or a lot of people that's either birthday in November or or that's in October. But shout out to all my Scorpios out there. You know who you are. I appreciate y'all. I love y'all. Let's keep ruling the world like we always do. Okay. Around my birthday, I get super excited. Not only because it's my birthday, but I think that's why I love this time of year. Fall and winter. Fall and winter is literally here. Okay. I can't really speak for a lot of people in Texas. Or really, I just saw a video of somebody in New York. It's 70 degrees in New York. And I'm looking like, wow, is winter ever coming? Right? But fall and winter is here. And it's one of my favorite parts of the year because you got my birthday. You got Thanksgiving. You got Christmas. Just those Thanksgiving and Christmas breaks between the schools and all of that. Like, you're going to see people come home. People are traveling. You get to see a lot of more people because it's the holiday season. I love this time of the year. For me, I love this time of the year because, like I said, I can easily point out and say it's my birthday, of course. But besides me, it being my birthday, literally, Thanksgiving is my favorite holiday. I'm fat. Yes, I am. And so I love to eat. So Thanksgiving is my shit. Christmas is my shit because I love Christmas music. I promise y'all, I play Christmas music all year round. Like, Christmas music is my shit. So Christmas is here. Thanksgiving is here. Just the vibes of fall and winter is like that perfect remedy or that perfect combination of the weather changing, the leaves falling. It can get cold. I personally don't like the cold. I like summer better than winter. I mean, we can talk about that argument. You can always put on more clothes and you know, you can't keep taking up. I hate that. I hate that topic. Y'all really sound stupid. Okay, you can put as many clothes on. Yes, you got a point there. But let me tell you something. The sun can be beaming down on my face. Beaming. And you mean to tell me it's still only 10 degrees or 20 degrees outside? No, that's stupid. It's real stupid to me. In the summertime, yeah, you can't keep taking clothes off. But at nighttime, guess what? It gets a little bit cooler. It don't get cold, but it gets cooler at night. So you can do stuff. Versus in a day or night in the winter, it's always fucking cold. So you always gotta fucking keep putting on layers. And do not let your heat go out in your house. I would rather my AC go out in the summer than my heat go out in the winter. Like, yeah, you can keep putting on clothes, but it's only so much clothes you can put on. It's dangerous to have no heat in the winter for kids. Like, it's dangerous for no AC in the summer, of course, but it's more dangerous with no heat in the winter for kids because that's literally freezing yourself to death. Versus if no AC in the summer, you can literally go and just continuously go to shade, put water on, wait till nighttime come, get more shade, find some more water to do conditioning or pour over your, like, you can find something that can cool you off easily in the summertime. So, me personally, I love the summer better, but I still love this time of year. This time of year is fun. This time of year is great. I love, like I said, I love Thanksgiving. I love Christmas. I love it all. And so we get into the nitty gritty of it. Then also, too, like literally this time of the year, it's always something on TV. So we got basketball. Basketball is well on the way. Actually, right now, North Carolina is playing Kansas in Kansas right now. College basketball. Watching that. Of course, wrestling. WWE is getting very, very still big and popular. There's a lot more to come with those storylines. And then we got the NFL, NBA, and college football, college basketball. It's always going to be sports on I can't remember what time it starts, but usually it's a time around the end of November, I want to say. So close around Thanksgiving, or like right, I think a couple of days before Thanksgiving. That until January, really, it's always every day. It's a football game on, or every day it's going to be a basketball game on. Every day, so you're never going to skip it. You're never going to miss a day of sports. Sports is going to be on every day. This is why around this time, the men for sure lock in. We lock in because it's sports on all the time. And that's why this is why, hey man, check it out. Check out your bank accounts during the months of November, December. Because we pay attention so much to sports. Look at the bank account. That's when they go shopping the most. And then they gonna tell you, oh, it's Christmas and this and that. We got Thanksgiving and Christmas coming up, so we gotta be prepared. Yeah. That's just, the minor excuse. But hey, yeah, lock in. We are locked in. We are ready for all this to happen, all the sports to play, everything to happen. So I'm super excited. Okay, so yeah, this is my favorite part of the year. Around the end of October, all of November, all of December, and then the beginning of January. Like that's my favorite. That's my timeline for my favorite part of the year. Like that's me. That's it. I love it. Okay. Like I just said, college basketball is underway. I just said it. North Carolina is playing Kansas in Kansas right now. It's going to be a good game. After this, I'm going to finish watching that game, actually. Let me know who you guys think is going to be in the Final Four, and let me know who you guys think is going to take home the national championship trophy. It's a bunch of them. A bunch of colleges out there that I feel like all have a key measurement or a key factor of why they should win. Of course, me being so I like Kentucky because of John Calipari, but now that John Calipari is in Arkansas, I'm not going to totally say I switched full teams and saying, I'm fully Arkansas. I'm going to be watching Arkansas basketball because of John Calipari, of course. But I was a Kentucky fan for so long because of John Calipari that I just basically stuck with Kentucky. So I'm going to be watching Kentucky and Arkansas. And then speaking of Arkansas, with John Calipari there, they also got the kid from FIU. Is it FAU or FI? Florida Atlantic. So I think it's FAU. Jonell Davis. He is a problem. He is a monster. I feel like that FAU team, the past 2 years, they had a chance to win a national championship, and I had them actually winning at least one of those. And they didn't, but they still had a good team. Jonell Davis is still one of the best prospects. I ain't gonna say the best player in the country, but he's one of the best prospects in the country. Like, his game is fluent, his game is silky, his game is smooth. His game is like, if you were to put, I'll say his game is like Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, but of course, with Shai being in the league, you develop a more bag the more you're in the professional league. So you get better. You start to get out of the collegiate shit or the amateurs, and you play professional. So Shai, of course, is professional and he's better than Jonell Davis. But I'm saying, like, far as Jonell Davis gives me Shai vibes. He's a silent killer. He won't say much, but he will kill you with the signature moves, and he will kill you going to the basket. You can't stop him going to the basket. So I look at Arkansas as if they are a team to be reckoned with. They are a team to be watching. They are a team that you probably should follow, and they probably can go all the way and win. Also, Kansas, North Carolina, those are two good teams that that could go to the Final Four and win it all. I never, in all my years of watching, especially not only watching college basketball and watching basketball, period, my years of fully now knowing, understanding basketball for at least easily the past about 15 years, actually knowing basketball and watching, I never, ever, ever go against a Tom Izzo team. Anytime Tom Izzo, even you can say in the regular season, they're losing too many games, this and that. If Tom Izzo finds a way to get his team into the tournament, I put money on Tom Izzo because Tom Izzo knows how to coach. He knows how to coach, and he coaches out it like he coaches. His coaching style beats out the talent on your team. His coaching style beats out the talent on your team, and so for me, I don't ever go against the Tom Izzo team. If I see Tom Izzo in Michigan State in the tournament, I literally say they got a chance. I don't count them out at all. Duke, Cooper Flag. People are already criticizing him. It's levels to it, man. Like, this is the thing. When you're a top prospect like Cooper is, and not only are you a top prospect, we just saw videos of you hooping with Team USA, the one that just won the gold medal, hooping with their team and somewhat giving them buckets. And so when you put that on pedestal like that, and people got a high expectation of you. Now, people want Cooper Flag to come out here and score 35 points a game, get about 8 rebounds, 10 rebounds, about 5+ assists a night. They expect him to have NBA superstar numbers in the collegiate level, and it just don't work like that. I mean, it's plenty of basketball out there. It's plenty of people that's on my team that are just as good, if not better, than he is. I know he was the best player coming out of high school, but then coming out of high school, going to college, everybody on your team was the best player coming out of high school. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, everybody got expectations up for him, but everybody that, like I said in one episode before, everybody who plays college football, everybody who plays college basketball, college baseball, it don't matter what you play, but on a collegiate level, if you put your name on their roster, like got the scholarship and everything, your name is on their roster with a jersey number, you are literally, that's your internship for the league that you want to go to. And so you got to have a lot of people that plays college basketball that want to go to the NBA. So they're going to get, and then when you look at Cooper Flag, it's like you was the number one player out of high school. People talk about you. People think you're just going to bypass everybody and you're just going to go to the league and you're just going to shit on us. No, we're going to show you why. Yeah, I'm a fifth year senior. I worked my ass off. I'm trying to get to the NBA just like you, but you're not about to pass me up just because you got all the glitz and glamour. You know what I'm saying? So you got to take that into consideration, that it's especially those seniors and juniors on college teams. Those are grown people. They just has to go through the protocol, and they have to get their degree, or they have to stay there at least 3 or 4 years to be eligible to go to their league, or they just not good enough to go to the league, so they got to build up their resume in college. But those are grown ass people. And so you really gotta remember that and think about that, because like especially these young kids today, a lot of things, it's easy to just go in and, I can go and do this, and no, you find out that everybody was the best of the best for a reason when they respectful high school or city or wherever it was. Okay, so yeah, football and basketball is in full effect. The college level is always competitive because, like I said, this is their internship. They put their name in the ballot, put their name in the internship so they can go to their respected league, and they're trying to get to that. So they're going to be battling, and I can't wait for it to happen. All right. Oh. So yeah, tell me who you guys think is going to be in the Final Four and who's going to win the national championship. It's a lot of teams out there, man. If I was to guess, I would say I wouldn't be surprised if Duke or Kansas wins the title. But I will say, I think a surprise pick I gotta say is maybe I'm kind of rooting for them to win, because I don't want to say it's unfair, but it's just it sucks seeing how good y'all are and y'all just can't. It's like it's some hump that y'all can't get over, and I don't know what hump it is, but Gonzaga. Gonzaga, I think, has a program that always good, always in the mix. It's just, why can't they get over the hump? And so this year, I think it's a lot of weird shit that's been going on this year, and it's a lot of weird shit that will keep going on until next year too. I I think Gonzaga gets over that hump this year, and I think Gonzaga actually can win the title this year. That's going to be my hot take about college basketball for the beginning, at least for right now. I think Gonzaga can get over that hump, and I think Gonzaga can actually go and win a title. Like I said, I'm not really biased on them because I'm not a fan of Gonzaga. I just hate to see a great team like that just keeps losing. A great coach that he is, and they can't get over the hump. And it also makes me mad sometimes because a lot of coaches, if they can keep winning, but if they don't win a title, some coaches get fired. And he's a coach that just keeps. He's not fired yet, and I don't think he should ever get fired. But he puts players into the league. It's like, bro, like he needs a title. He needs a title. So that's my hot take for college basketball. I think Gonzaga gets over that hump and win. I would say right now, if I could, I don't know how the bracket would play out, but I look at Gonzaga, Duke, Michigan State, and Arkansas. I look at those as the 4 teams that can go to the Final Four. Kansas has to lose to one of those teams. But Kansas is on the outside looking in if one of those teams don't get in for me. But yeah, Gonzaga, Michigan State, Arkansas, and excuse me, and God dog, ooh, yeah. I don't think they want me to say it again. Say like, yo, keep it moving. Ooh. All right. So, yeah, that's who I think is going to be in the Final Four and who I think is going to win the national championship. Is it far-fetched? Yes, it is. But I don't give a because I love it. Oh, shout out to Vanderbilt while we're talking about college. We know, if you know, Vanderbilt is in the lovely state of Tennessee in the lovely city of Nashville. So, me being from Tennessee, me being maybe 2 hours away from Nashville, if that, hour and a half, 2 hours away from Nashville. Yeah, I seen them play a lot. I actually went to a camp before. That's when Coach Franklin, who's the coach of the Penn State right now, football coach. That's when he was in Vanderbilt. I met him in person. He's a cool, chill dude. Like, no wonder his teams love him. Like, he's real cool, real chill. Like, when now it's time to get in your ass, get in your ass. But other than that, like, he's real cool and chill, and I fucked with him. So Vanderbilt has always been a cool looking school. Have they been good? No, but they've been a cool looking school. Their colors are cool. Their stadium is real cool in my opinion. Their campus is weird. Not the campus, but their stadium is weird, but it's still cool at the same time. Yeah, I love Vanderbilt. I love Vanderbilt. So shout out to Vanderbilt. They actually are good this year. They beat Alabama. Shout out to that. It was so good and funny at the same time, man. They almost beat Texas. They got a good year this year. Their quarterback is nice. They skill positions is real nice. Their defense is actually, I think, one of the top in the SEC, if I'm not mistaken. Like, they actually got a good team this year. And I'm so proud and I'm happy. Shout out to Vanderbilt, man. I'm happy for y'all. I'm proud of y'all. Y'all came a very long way. Nobody knows the 1-9 records, or the 0-10 records, the 3-7s, or the breaking 500s. Their best season that I ever seen Vanderbilt have, I think they was like 6-5 or 6-4 or whatever, and that was like the best record that they had. And I was just like, yo, like, it's hard for them, but I'm proud of them and I'm happy for them. Proud of them and happy for them. Who I am disappointed in, though, the Yankees. I ain't gonna cap to y'all. I've been putting it off to the side because I just don't want to talk about it, but we got to talk about it. The Yankees choked on a fat one, in the words of my stepdad. The Yankees choked on a fat one. They really, really choked on a fat one. They choked the game one. They should have had that game. Let that one slip away. You literally had a game. What was it? Game 4. I want to say it's game 5. I think it won game 4. I think it was game 5 where we was up 5-0, and then next thing you know, completely trashed, and it was like, what the fuck? We had no chance. Shout out and congratulations to the LA Dodgers, who has the best player in baseball, Shohei Ohtani. Mookie Betts is up there, one of the best too. They have a complete team, and they showed why they was a complete team. They had I think the best record throughout all of baseball. They killed in the playoffs, killed in the World Series. Nobody could really touch them. And shout out to those guys, man, because it's very hard not only to play 100-plus games in a season, play 100-plus games, and then continue to play in the playoffs, and be that dominant and be that great. It was phenomenal to watch. I won't lie. Now, as a Yankees fan, yes, I'm pissed off. Yeah, I'm hating. But at the same time, as a fan of sports, I enjoyed that run that they had. I enjoyed that ride. That was a fun one to watch and to witness, in my opinion. But we got next year. Next year we got a few pieces that's probably going to leave, but we did sign a lot of good pieces, or we did keep a lot of good pieces. Signed them to some deals, long-term deals. So we should be back next year. World Series is far-fetched. It took us a long time to get back just to the World Series at this point, but I think we are kind of like how the Celtics are. Like it took us a long time with the young players that we had and the players we kept getting. It's like we could not give over that hump. But the moment that we got to the finals and we lost to the Warriors, we was kind of like, we got there, but we didn't get over that. And like, so even 2 years after that, it took them to win another 2 years to win the title, but they knew their placement and they knew who they were and they knew their identity. So they had to get back to that pedestal, and they did. And they actually won. So I think that can happen for the Yankees. I think the Yankees playing in the World Series, you got some young guys, Aaron Judge and all those other guys, the young guys that's on the team that got that taste of the World Series. You got to taste it. You got to see this is what happens, and this is the environment. This is the way you need to approach. And they got that taste of that realness of the championship, the professionalism championship. And now, with that taste, you get to go into next year, basically be all about business. Like, it's all about business. And so you get to put your head down, keep your head down, and just go crazy. And I think that's what they're going to do. I think they know who they are now, and I think they know how to properly put their head down and go dominate. And I think they know what to expect. So put me down. Sign me up. Next year, I got Yankees. Yankees is going to make a big splash. Yankees are going to have a good season. And Yankees are going to be back into the World Series. If it's not next year, I say the year after next. But next year, when I'm talking about it again, we will be champions. All right. Shout out to the baseball season. Baseball season was actually entertaining this year. I'd be 100 when it comes to baseball season. I really don't watch the regular season really until we get until October or late September, October. Who's going to be in, going to be out watching the playoffs. Playoff baseball is phenomenal. But just throughout the whole season, I think like 4th of July, I love watching baseball. But other than that, it was times I got caught watching throughout the season, watching games throughout the season and watching different teams. Cincinnati Reds was actually looking young and nice. A lot of teams was looking like real good. So I actually enjoyed baseball this year. So it's kind of gets me excited for next year, knowing that how baseball ended this year, how good it was, that I'm going to go to next year and I'm going to be like, okay, like this is what I expect. This is what I want to get out of the season. And I think it's going to happen. I can't wait until that starts. Yeah, shout out to all the MLB players. Shout out to all the college baseball players. College World Series is real fun. They go crazy in those. And those college baseball players are phenomenal too. So shout out to y'all. Can't wait till next year. We gonna be lit. All right. Hey, did anybody else catch the first glimpse, the first rankings of the college football playoff bracket, the first college football playoff standings and rankings. If you caught that, you got to saw all the teams who was ranked. All right. Of course, Oregon, baby. Oregon was number 1. Right. This is why. Okay, so check this out. I'm just a bit confused because I'm looking at it as Oregon is number 1, and then we talking about Ohio State and Georgia being number 2 and 3. But Florida is number 4, but Florida is undefeated. Indiana should be top 5, at least top 4. They're undefeated, and they're in the same conference as Ohio State, as Oregon. You know what I'm saying? So how come they aren't up there in rankings? I never understood college rankings in my life. I never understood it. I get it. Conference play, strength of schedule. That's all good and that's all dandy and all that. And I get where y'all coming from that. But can we stop that narrative? Like, I feel like ranking really is a popularity contest. Who's more popular right now? And because there's no Indiana being in the Big Ten, being undefeated in the Big Ten, and them only being number 8 makes no sense to me. Like, I understand they haven't played Ohio State yet, or they haven't played Oregon. I don't think they played Oregon this year, but that shouldn't matter. You're in the same conference as those colleges. You should, like, Indiana should be above Ohio State. I don't care what Ohio State did, what the resume is, or what conference they're in the same conference. So how do Ohio State have a loss? Almost lost again last week, and then you sit here and tell me, oh, Indiana is looking phenomenal, beating the shit out of everybody. Oh, they're not top 5 worthy. Like, come on, man. I hate the ranking system when it comes to college. I hate it to this day. It makes no sense. It never makes sense. Because I'm looking at like it's another team, Army. I think it's either Army is undefeated, but they're ranked like 20th or whatever it is. And Vanderbilt, I said Vanderbilt earlier, but shout out Vanderbilt. Vanderbilt is ranked 24th. And you know what I'm saying? Like Vanderbilt, to me, even though they got 2 losses, they should be ranked in the top 15. They beat Alabama. You talk about strength of schedule and you talk about wins that are impressive. They beat Alabama. Like, that's top 15 already. They got a good record and they beat Alabama. Come on, man. I don't know about y'all. And I'll be honest, I just don't fully understand. I don't fully understand college rankings. I don't get them. And I don't understand what's your criteria for ranking these teams where you rank them. I don't understand it. I would never understand it because I'm as a competitor, as a dude that's went to small colleges, as a guy who's been friends of friends who go to small colleges, smaller colleges, or HBCUs, whatever. I'm not going to understand it. I don't want to understand it because it's unfair to those people. It's unfair to those guys who are going to college and working their ass off to go to the NFL. Just like somebody who goes to Alabama, just like somebody goes to Georgia, Oregon, somebody at their small school is working their ass off. But you giving the pass to the other teams because of their name, their conference that they're in, and you want to say strength of schedule, but that's bullshit. Everybody goes to practice. Everybody that I'm playing, every team on the schedule, they go to practice. Okay, they practice for weeks. They go through the summer workouts. They do all of it. They do the same thing as them. Now they got better athletes. I get that. And they got better people and better coaching, but they still put in the work. Don't just think that teams are just fucking sitting down until Saturday comes. No, they're working their ass off just like they're working. This program is just better. And it's fine. Like 9 times out of 10, you can say, oh, they'll beat that team 10 times. I would say, nah, I think they can lose one, at least one. Everybody has a bad day. Anybody can be beat by anybody, in my opinion, and it proves it every year. It proves it because it's always a shocking win. It's always an upset. You know what I'm saying? So anybody can beat anybody. So, I guess sorry for that rant, but it just pisses me off because it's like I feel like a lot of people, I guess, ignore the hard work that people put in, like, and you downplay hard work that other people put in because they're not they're not Georgia, they're not Texas, they're not Oregon, they're not Florida, they're not Tennessee. Stop downplaying other colleges and other programs because they're not the ones that we're used to seeing or the ones that you want to see or the ones that the TV media wants to see. We got to stop downplaying. We got to. But speaking of, I was very intrigued with the college football rankings. I ain't gonna lie to you. I knew it's not weird shit, but I just knew some shit was gonna be happening when I was playing NCAA, and then I used to see how they used to rank, and I used to be like, what? Like a team that was finished ranking number 7 or 8 got the number 4 spot, and I was just like, what? Like it's a lot that it's a lot that ties in, and like I said, I'm not familiar with it, and so I don't get it. But hey, to each his own. We'll see how it plays out to the end of the season. It's just going to be interesting to see these rankings switch dramatically over the next, over the next few weeks. A lot of teams are going to be playing a lot harder teams. We still got Ohio State and Michigan to play. I think Indiana, I said earlier, Indiana plays Ohio State next week, I want to say. Georgia plays Ole Miss. That's a game to watch and look at. LSU plays Alabama. That's a game to watch. So let's switch over to that and let's get to calling some games. Football weekend, baby. We are in week 11 for college. Okay, week 11. Let's call some games here. Okay, first game I want to call is we got Florida at Texas, 11 a.m. Early game for Texas. I think Texas can take that game. I think Texas is a good team. That loss that they took to was it Georgia that they lost to? Can't remember who they lost to. But their loss was crazy. But I think they're a team that can bounce back. And so I think they're in perfect shape at the number 5 spot. You got to see how the rest of the SEC plays out. Speaking of SEC, Georgia plays Ole Miss 2:30 in Ole Miss. That is an important game to watch. If you're big in the SEC, that's an important game to watch. But if you are real big on the college football rankings, period, Georgia versus Ole Miss is a game that you want to watch. You need to watch. Because if Georgia loses, like that throws off a lot. Okay. To my big dogs in Colorado. Colorado is ranked 21. I thought they was ranked 20th, but it says ranked 21. They play Texas Tech at Texas Tech at 3 p.m. I'm going to be switching back and forth from that game, Colorado and Texas Tech, and Georgia and Ole Miss. Or you know what? I think I can have both games on. I'm going to be watching those two games. Those two games are very important. Especially, I already said Georgia and Ole Miss was very important. But the Colorado really needs to win out in order for them to have a chance to go not only to their conference championship, but to the playoffs. And I said it in the beginning of the year. On this show, I said that Colorado is a playoff team. They will be a playoff team, and they can be a playoff team and win games. They will go to the playoffs. I said it before, and I'm saying it again. They will go to the playoffs. Travis Hunter and Shedeur are going to be Heisman candidates. Travis Hunter is going to be the highest Heisman candidate, of course, but I think Shedeur helps please his case to be in the Heisman race because he's doing phenomenal, and I think they have a case. Colorado has a case, and be watching out for them. South Carolina goes down to Nashville to play Vanderbilt. They play at 3:15. South Carolina just beat Texas A&M last week, so they're kind of coming off a high. I got Vanderbilt winning that game. I got Colorado beating Texas Tech, by the way. But I got Vanderbilt winning that game. Alabama versus LSU. That's going to be at LSU at 6:30 p.m. That's going to be the night game on ABC. Alabama cannot afford to lose another game. They can't afford to lose another game at all. So, with that being said, LSU is a great team. I think LSU is good. They're a great team and they're a good team, but I think Alabama has their number right now, and I think Alabama has something to prove. And they have to. You have to play with a chip on your shoulder if you want to go to the playoffs. So if I'm Alabama, this game is important, and I think Alabama is going to take this game. Okay. And then the last game I'll call, Florida. I'm sorry. Maryland. Maryland travels to Oregon, 6 p.m. tomorrow. Oregon should take care of business. They're number one team in the country. You've got through the real toughness of your schedule. You just beat Michigan. You beat Ohio State. You know what I'm saying? Your next test really is, I don't even know what would their next test be? Maryland, Wisconsin, and Washington. Really, I say Wisconsin. So really, we got to take care of business. As number one team in the country, take care of business, and I think they will. All right. So football Sunday. Be there. Monster. Okay, so we got week 10 of the NFL this Sunday. Okay. The Ravens and Bengals game was last night. That was phenomenal. Okay, listen. I understand, bro. I truly understand why you go for two, because he's like win or go home at this point. But I still think that's a stupid ass logic. Like, it's only one Patrick Mahomes in the league. It's only one. So I will be afraid to go to overtime with Patrick Mahomes. I wouldn't be afraid to go to overtime versus Lamar Jackson. I wouldn't be afraid to go to overtime versus Joe Burrow if it was the other way around. I wouldn't be afraid to go to overtime with Josh Allen. I wouldn't be afraid to go to overtime with I wouldn't be afraid to go to overtime with anybody but Patrick Mahomes. He's the only quarterback since Brady that I'm scared to go into overtime with. So I get the logic of going for two to end the game, or don't give him a chance to even. They have to drive the field and do a field goal. Even then, if you do that on Patrick Mahomes and you complete the 2-point conversion and he's down by 1 and you give him 15 seconds, he still wins the game. So if you're gonna go for two, my thing is, my best bet, I say, if you're gonna go for two if you score and the clock is at 0 or 1 second. If it's still time left, just kick the extra point and let's go to overtime. But I understand. I truly understand. But I just don't like that logic. That logic is so stupid to me. Just like the analytics thing. Well, the analytics say shut the fuck up. You don't know that. You don't know what's going on in real time. But that game was amazing. Ravens won by 1 point. Okay. The Giants and the Panthers play at 8:30 in the morning. I think that's going to be in Germany, if I'm not mistaken. That game's going to be in Germany. I hope Bryce Young can actually go in there and win this game. I got Panthers beating the Giants. I'm pulling out for the Panthers this week. Okay. Important game for the Buccaneers. They play San Francisco in Tampa Bay. I think they have a chance versus San Francisco. Only reason I say that is because you gotta kind of think about timing and time schedule. Like, 49ers are a West Coast team that is used to the West Coast time. You got to travel all the way to the East Coast, all the way. You're going through all time zones, right? And you're going to Tampa Bay where you playing at 12. To you and your body, when you playing at 12, your body thinking that it's like, what would that be, 9? Yeah, like 9 o'clock in the morning. So your body is not going to, you got to make your body get used. Now they're professionals, so I know they do what they got to do. And 49ers can still win that game. But I find it hard, and I think the Buccaneers, especially after the loss to the Chiefs on Monday, I think the Buccaneers are desperate for a win. So I got Buccaneers beating the 49ers. Another good game, Steelers and Commanders in Washington. That's going to be a great game, phenomenal game. I think the Steelers are the better team, but the Commanders are just on a roll right now. I got Commanders winning that game. I don't know, man. It's tough. I'm going to just go ahead and go with Commanders. I already said it once. I'm going to go with Commanders. I think Commanders take their game, and it's going to be a fun game to watch. Okay. Titans play Chargers. We'll see what happens. Eagles play Cowboys in Dallas. Afternoon game. 3:25 p.m. game. Oh, wait. Dak is out. Oh, Eagles. I'm stupid. I'm sorry. I forgot Dak is out. Yeah. Eagles is winning that game, even in Dallas. Dallas is terrible this year. And then for our two main events, we have the Lions and Texans playing Sunday night. That will be a phenomenal game. Detroit is on a roll. Detroit is on a hot roll right now. Like, I love watching Detroit play. They can pass. They can run. Their defense is nice. They just got Zadarius Smith for pass rush help since Aiden Hutchinson is out for the year. They have a chance to be something very special, and I can't wait to see what happens at the end of the year for them and how they come about and what happens. But until then, they're going to be in Houston. I think Houston is desperate for a win. I think C.J. Stroud is about to have a nice little bounce back game. Without Stephon Diggs, it's kind of hard, but now it's time. I think meCollege is going to be coming back. I think he might be playing on Sunday night. I don't know for sure, but I hope so. He has to step up. Tank Dell has to step up. A lot of these receivers have to step up now that Stephon Diggs is out for the year. But I got Texans. I think Texans can really make some noise, and I think they can win this game. And then for your main event, and on Monday night, the Dolphins play the Rams in LA. I'm pretty sure Tua is back. So, just like I said earlier, I think it's even though you're traveling, Miami's traveling from one time zone literally across the whole map to another time zone. That's going to be hard for them to adjust, but I think it's easier to adjust when you go back and like when the time goes back versus when you're traveling where the time is forward already. So even with all that being said, I got the Dolphins. I think the Dolphins can beat the Rams in LA, and I think that's how it's going to happen this week. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for fucking with me, staying up, doing what you need to do, watch the podcast. I really do appreciate it. We got more episodes to come, of course. Episode 30 will be next week. My birthday weekend is next weekend, so let's turn up together. Until then, thank you guys for watching. Zay for life.